My whole writing process is not writing at all, it's revising. I mean, revising before I even finish the sentence. I do so much changing.
As we write, whether we're artists or actors or newspaper people, publishers, we're always looking for a response to say, yes, I'm on the right path. Or our vision needs to be strong enough so that as it gains momentum and other people come in, that revision only makes it greater.
It used to be that I'd be working on first draft for an entire year and spend an entire year of my life thinking, this is terrible, I'm a terrible writer, and I've lost whatever gift I had, whatever that means, and I'm in big trouble. So I used to spend a lot of time thinking I was in big trouble. And now what I've realized is that bad work at the beginning is just the necessary precondition to doing good work later on.
I don't believe any writing is going to be good if it's just done in first draft. I think first draft is something that we do, as some writers have said, just to see if we have something that's worth going on with. Just the first draft is just to see if we have something worthwhile. If it is worthwhile, I think we do a second draft, in which case we take the junk out that doesn't belong there, and we add things that we didn't get in the first draft. That's second draft, at least for me. Then the third draft, we have an opportunity finally to polish. And if we're lucky, and the muses are with us, maybe we don't have to go beyond third draft. But sometimes it might be 20 drafts before everything is functioning organically.
I think you can tell a newer writer from the writers that have been here longer is that you are much more willing to cut. And the thing is, even if it's a great joke, you know that you're writing 3 more sketches next week, so just put it in something else. The thing is, it's like, even though the cake is really good, 4 pieces is gonna make you sick, so just eat 1. And it's the same thing with, you know, however genius the joke is or however profound the thought is, 1 is gonna be better than 6 every time.
No matter what form you're working in, when you start doing it, you're afraid to revise. And it makes you afraid to write. If you're afraid to revise, you're afraid to write. You know, I think that's true of any kind of writing. In commercial writing, you're revising all the way to the very end of the process. You know, I mean, one of the things that really happens here, and it happens in all kinds of writing, is things don't work. You know, you shoot a bunch of film, you cut it together the way you planned, it doesn't work. And you've got to be able to sometimes not just rewrite a line or two, but to step back and go, we have to make sense of something that doesn't make any sense. And you know, we can't continue going down the 1 or 2 roads that we were going down before to make that sense. We have to step way back. You know, we have to write like a whole new voice on top of this thing. We have to, you know, we have to start with the thing that we thought was the end.
I revise as I write seamlessly with the act of conception. I can't talk about drafts. They don't exist for me. There's just reams and reams of paper that are being worked over constantly. My writing day will often start with simply rereading vast numbers of pages that precede the moment at which I've arrived. And then I'll add a page and then read more. I would probably spend 90% of my time rereading what I've already written and revising it as I go with a pencil. On any given day, maybe 10% of my time is devoted to adding something new, and the rest of it is devoted to reconsidering what I've already done. So revision for me is part and parcel of the everyday act of writing and indistinguishable from the act of conception.